they just beat the Slashers. So maybe that's the matchup that they want, and they'll take on the Mob in the semis.
But there's no throwing a game here in SlamBall.
No,
These guys,
no.
there's too much pride on the line.
Absolutely.
The opening throwdown is won by the Lava. They just played in our last game, so they are warm. The Buzzsaw in the first game, and Jihad Shockley drops the hammer.
And you see that Tyquan Scott is not starting for the Buzzsaw. I think they're trying to save him for the playoffs.
So Malik Abdul-Haq will be the stopper at 6'7" for the Buzzsaw. He's normally a gunner. That's the position that attacks the basket from the wings. We have a violation in our first face-off of the game.
And that was contact in the island. Coaches are sending a defender to that island, and they don't realize that the offensive player is just going to jump into him, and it's going to be an automatic face-off. I need to have a meeting with the coaches. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
Here's Paxton Henry, the 5'11" handler out of Prescott, Arizona, going one-on-one against Terrell Howard. There goes Henry. It's face-off time.
Paxton Henry really shoots a great percentage from outside, but every time he takes off like that, I don't expect him to get up. It's kind of wild. He is not afraid of that elevation, I'll tell you what.
Maybe it's the goggles. Oh my goodness, Shannon flies through out of nowhere. A 6-point possession for the Lava.
So that's called a backside lob, where you're taking 2 bounces, and Josh Shannon might be the best runner in the whole league at that particular play.
There's Bryce Meringue, and that's Shannon again, and he throws it down.
You see what a little confidence can do for you. The Buzzsaw are actually posting the fewest dunks per game in the whole league. They're scoring a lot of their buckets on 2-pointers, and it's translating to a lot of wins because of their efficiency.
Henry, and he's blocked there by Abdul-Haq, but he gets it back. Gives it to Shannon, and how about another scoring leader emerging for the Lava?
How about Paxton making the goggle sign while wearing goggles?
Might have to trademark that one.
Double goggles.
Barnes, he's gonna let it fly from 4, and he knocks it down. We were asking for shooters. That's the first one he's knocked down this season.
That was kind of good, and it had really good form. It leads me to believe he could do more of that next season.
Taylor just picked the pocket, gets the steal. That was actually the first 4-point shot to go down for the entire Buzzsaw team this season.
Apparently they don't believe in it.
Oh, Bellamy almost had it.
And that's interesting because these teams all have different approaches. There are teams that don't want to do anything but dunk. That kind of gives me a heart attack, but it's the way that they're approaching the game at this point.
Here's Sandy Fletcher. He is the normal assistant coach, but Hernando Planels Jr. is stepping aside because they've already locked up that 2 seed, and he's giving his assistant coach the chance to be the head coach here today, and we appreciate him wearing the mic.
Absolutely, and Sandy Fletcher is a terrific coach. He is just pure passion. He's a volcano of passion for SlamBall. Right? He's got a terrific background. He played basketball and football at USC, which is something very few athletes have done.
He was a key in that comeback in their first game. He was the guy on the rail, getting the bench fired up, getting everybody back into the game, and now he gets the chance to be the head coach.
I'm so happy for Sandy. I'm really happy that the Buzzsaw season has totally worked out for them, and they're really well poised going into the playoffs to make a real title run here.
Taylor off the big bounce, and Shafat meets him at the rim.
And that's a great example of Bellamy using speed to accelerate into the trance and translate it into height, but Fessy is just having none of it.
I see what's going on.
Harris will reset off the wall, throws it up to Bryce Meringue, dunks it down on the Buzzsaw.
That was the definition of threading the needle. Nate Harris did not have a good angle on that pass, but he somehow made it work, and Bryce finished it. again, a knack of being in the right place at the right time.
Shafat gets the steal for the lob, the quick outlet to Baby Braun. Here's Bryce Meringue off the top tramp, now to the bottom tramp, and illegal contact in the scoring zone. Because the lob are in the bonus, that's 2 bonus points, and they keep the ball.
Bryce is starting to get his confidence about him. Do not discount this team if Bryce Meringue gets it going.
Not just his confidence, also his health. He was dealing with that ankle injury. Now he looks like the player we saw at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely. We're starting to see pieces of it, but in training camp, Bryce Meringue was the guy. He just looked different from anybody else in the air.
The Great Wall strikes again. Shafat shakes his head. 4 seconds to play here in this first quarter.
Oh, and they're saying just hold the ball. They're saying just hold the ball. They don't want him to shoot it. That's an interesting strategy.
Maybe they know. They might want to stay as the 6th seed. The Lava coming out red hot. A 13-point lead after the first quarter.
Hey. Let's pick it up a little bit on defense. Make them earn something. Pick it up a little bit on defense. Make them earn it a little bit. It's looking like an exhibition game too much. You know what I mean?
Start of the second quarter here in Las Vegas. 5-minute quarters, running clock alongside Mason Gordon. I'm John Schrippen. Welcome to the Jihad Shockley Show.
Jihad means holy war, and he's just declared one on the Buzzsaw.
And a steal by the Lava.
This is his
Shockley
play.
from the wing.
Oh. Nobody else does that. Shockley is the only player that freestyles to the side as that ball just goes in right through the Great Wall. But Shockley freestyles to the side and brings it right back on a really severe angle. That is an incredible play.
Here's Shockley from the top trap. Oh, did I just see that? No way.
That was unbelievable. And you see what happens when these players get a little bit of confidence going. They just start to do some insane things. Here you see he's got that. He's got the ball in those receiver gloves. He's got a great grip on it, and he goes through the legs right over the stopper.
Shockley said, this is Vegas. I got to show out.
Entertainment capital of the world. Let's go.
Face-off time. Terrell Howard one-on-one against Shannon. And just got up a little too high.
That's a classic undersized handler going against an oversized gunner. And it rarely works out for the handlers. I'd like to see Howard match bounce with the gunner, with the stopper in that position, and then put up a floater like Jamal Barnes did just there. Make sure you get the points. Be efficient. That's going to translate to wins. That's why the Buzzsaw is #2 in the league, despite having the fewest number of slams.
Here's Shannon, and the stopper. His only move is to foul him.
That was his only move, and he really should have just let it go, because now they're going to get a chance to score and get the ball back. These guys are not doing the math. We got to get them doing the math.
Illegal contact as Shannon will go one-on-one against Abdul Haq for the face-off.
Pure power. Pure power from Shannon there.
You could just hear the Shannon cheering section. They let you know the result of that play.
I had the best encounter with Josh Shannon in training camp. He comes to me and he goes, hey, can we have a meeting? No other player asked me for it. He said, can we have a meeting? I was like, sure. So I sat down with him and he was like, hey, I'd like to understand like how I can put the money I make from SlamBall to work in real estate or something else. I mean, this guy is really thinking about what he's going to do financially, what he's going to do with his family. It was really awesome to see. And then at the end of the meeting, he said, hey, can we do this every week? I was like,
has he kept it up with you?
Yeah. It's awesome. I love this guy.
How about SlamBall, making dreams come true?
How about Jamal Barnes Jr. with that reverse? You don't see a lot of reverses in SlamBall as Paxton Henry throws that down. Continues to surprise me in terms of his ability in the air.
Making him dance. Jamal Barnes Jr. with the handles. Here comes Howard into the bottom scoring zone, and it's taken away by Henry.
I did not know Jamal Barnes could cook like that with the handle. That was really impressive.
Maybe he learned from his daddy.
Maybe. He could not dribble. He could hit the crap out of people, though. I could tell you that.
Henry, the floater, off the mark.
I like that he went to the floater there, but you got to make sure you hit those.
Howard, little freestyle, easy punch at the rim.
That's something that happened in training camp that we were really interested in because guys learned how to freestyle from the island into the scoring tramp, and it put a ton of pressure on the rim. All the time there's pressure on the rim in SlamBall. It used to be when you went to the island, everybody just kind of relaxed. And you can't do that anymore because of these innovations that these guys keep coming up with.
Not gonna lie, kind of has a feeling of an all-star game out here right now.
Yeah.
Guys are starting to pull out their best moves. They're trying to show out last game of the regular season.
I get that vibe too. As soon as I saw Jamal Barnes go with the Sham God maneuver, I did not expect that was in his bag.
Monster block by the Great Wall. Fessel Shafat, and a 20-second shot clock violation.
And Fessy looks tired. And that's really saying something because he's a world-class athlete. But that's what SlamBall takes out of you, to be in the trance, to be back on the floor, back in the trance, back on the floor. That is really something, and these athletes are really something.
Bryce Meringue and Abdul No! Meringue says second time's the charm. He's too small.
He wrote a novel from when he started bouncing at the sideline until he finished that play. There were like 8 things that had to happen to make that score come about.
Deep shot from the corner, Devontae Pratt off the mark. Howard tracks down the rebound. Pratt comes again. And a foul is called against the Lava because they're in the bonus. 2 points awarded to the Buzzsaw. Under 30 seconds to play here in this first half.
Pratt's just trying to get some reps before the playoffs. He's been their starter at handler a lot of the year, specifically because he's so physical. He has no problem mixing it up in the mid-court and making sure that they have a physical presence.
8 seconds to play here in this first half. Henry with the flyby. How about it?
I dig Paxton, man. He is doing some things out there.
At the end of the first half, it's the Lava with a 19-point lead, showing everybody that they still have something to prove. Jamal Barnes Jr. leading the way. He had 14 points for the Buzzsaw. And once again, Josh Shannon, the leading scorer for the Lava. He had 12 in that first half. Josh Shannon's aunt been making more noise than anybody in the entire building. It is live for the last day of the regular season here in SlamBall. Alongside Mason Gordon, I'm John Schriffen. A lot has happened today. The Ozone were knocked out. The Lava clinched the playoff spot. The Buzzsaw, they clinched the second seed, which means a bye, and the playoffs are starting to take shape.
The playoffs are definitely taking shape, and I'm so excited. This coming Tuesday, you got the quarterfinals and the dunk contest, Slam and Jam, which I'm really excited about. And then on Thursday on ESPN, you're going to have the semifinals and the finals. You see how so much happened today, story-wise? You get a lot in one broadcast in SlamBall, and that's what we're excited about. These half-hour games are just so cool.
Let's go. Let's take a look at the first half highlights. First, we start with the Buzzsaw, and Jamal Barnes Jr., he was flying in from everywhere.
He was, and stepping out, hitting a 4-pointer, his first of the year, and was going crazy with the Sham God maneuver. That was pretty awesome to see.
That was that reverse dunk you were talking about. We have not seen him pull that out of his bag yet. As for the Lava, they continue their hot play. Josh Shannon leading the way with 12 points in that first half.
And you see he takes it to the side and then brings it back with a lot of power. That's what makes him so effective.
Take a look at the first half stats provided by Circa Resort and Casino. It's the Lava with a 17-point lead. And you see the slam differential, 12-3 in favor of the Lava.
That's not what you want to see if you're Sandy Fletcher, acting head coach right now. I bet he got into his guys at halftime, and we're going to see a different Buzzsaw team.
Bryce Meringue with the opening throwdown. One more half left to play here in this regular season in SlamBall. Ermias Casa getting the start here in this third quarter. He will launch a deep 4.
You know, I've heard that he can really shoot the ball. I just haven't seen it yet.
Oh! Jamal Barnes Jr. See, what happened was
his dad could not do that. That was unbelievable. Jamal Barnes Jr. is just this really incredible combination of athleticism and speed.
Henry with the bounce down, but the Tramp won that battle. Here's Ralph Bellamy from the top Tramp, and Shafat just took that out of the bucket.
Shafat was anticipating that big left, and he just measures it all out so that he can be there when Bellamy tries to come through for the finish, and that's why they call him the Great Wall.
Howard entering the scoring zone, settles on that island, freestyling off the basket, and it might have been a shot.
Yeah, he got caught in no man's land there and put it up.
Meringue back to himself.
You're going to work with him on that, right? Okay, please.
And you could tell that that timing was off from the very beginning. When these guys are really clicking, you can just kind of feel the energy setting up on offense.
Oh, Howard crossed his man, then stared him down. I'm here for it. And the outlet pass to Bellamy. Terrell Howard, give him credit for that highlight.
And that's only 2. He did the Blake Griffin, where you throw it in from a couple feet away, so you don't get 3 points for that. You only get the 2.
12-point lead for the Lava. Meringue, he's directing traffic. He's trying to size up the stopper, and he wins that battle.
And what he did there is he used freestyle to create a differential, and then he was high and the stopper was low, so that he knew he could take advantage of it.
Here comes subs on the fly, just like hockey style. We don't stop the action in SlamBall.
I think it's really important that Bryce Meringue get a couple really good possessions here, so he goes into the playoffs feeling really good, because he's a really terrific leader for this team.
Jahad Shockley's now in double figures. He's got 12. As Shannon with the steal, but he traveled with it first.
That's a thing where the offensive player is not judging the space that he's taking off from in order to get into the trance.
Yeah, now get him, now get him.
Howard, what's he got? What's he got? Crossing with him. Uh-oh, enters the Tramp into the bottom bed. And a travel is called on Taylor, bounce violation.
So he's in and out of that island. You don't want to see that. You want to make decisive plays and not just sit around there on the island. As we get a 3-second call. We haven't had a 3-second call in like a week. Come on, Nate Harris.
So the island is basically the equivalent to the paint on a basketball court. Same rules apply. You can't be in there for more than 3 seconds, especially with the ball.
And the island actually came about when we were creating SlamBall, and it was really important that there would be something like a low post passing area so that you could make an interior pass and then cut off that pass. That was really important for us to see early on.
Come on, get it back, get it back.
Is there any part of the game that you still think could be adjusted, or is this good to go?
Oh, there's a lot that's going to be developed in this sport. You're going to see a lot more capable outside shooting. You're going to see a lot more balance of play in terms of what you see in the air. And then the creativity that we're going to see from these athletes going forward is absolutely going to blow your mind. It's just getting started. And I believe we're like 3 to 4% of what SlamBall is going to be even 3 to 4 years from now.
Oh, wow. Okay. We are here for it. Final seconds here in this third quarter. Shockley, it's takeoff time.
And they're starting to call him Dr. Shock, which I think could actually fit. He teaches special needs kids in Columbus, Ohio, and he's really got this gigantic heart. He came to me and said, if SlamBall is doing anything with nonprofit, I want to be involved in it.
Jahad Shockley, a good dude off the court and on the court. He takes on a different demeanor. The Lava, they have had it from the opening throwdown, a big lead. We go to the fourth.
Let's go. You go to the island. He goes through first. You come the opposite. Let's try to do 2 wing cuts. So he's going to come through first. You come wing cut there. Yeah. So you're going to go in first. You're going to look for the punch. If it's there, great. If not, then Bryce is coming in, and then you bounce out. Okay? And just keep circling that. And then if you decide you want to stack, just tell him you want to stack.
One more quarter left here in the regular season in SlamBall. Alongside the CEO and creator of SlamBall, Mason Gordon, I'm John Schriffen. You know, Mason, we talked about the players and what it took for them to get up to speed, getting ready, 2 months of training. But what about behind the scenes? What did it take to get SlamBall off the ground here in Vegas?
It took an absolutely incredible all-star group of investors that really saw the vision for SlamBall. And I'd just love to take this opportunity to thank my partner and co-founder, Mike Tolan, my partner, Tom Penn, Roger, Ethan, Andrew, and Karen Ehrenberg, our lead investors, and then investors like David Blitzer, Michael Rubin, Blake Griffin, Gary Vee, and everyone else that helped bring back SlamBall. SlamBall is back, baby, and we're on ESPN.
Let's go. From a napkin to Vegas, taken over for an entire month and a half here on UNLV.
Or you could look at it as from a warehouse in East LA to John Schriffen calling your games. What?
I am here for this. Let's go. and to your point, what's been cool as a broadcaster, seeing these guys develop week after week. The games have gotten better and better and better. I mean, they're coming down to the final bucket. Each night, there's been a great game every single night.
So just imagine when we have a SlamBall court available in a worldwide training headquarters, and they're training all year long. That's going to be unbelievable. And we're going to be making some announcements during the playoffs on what comes next for SlamBall. But let me tell you, it's really exciting. And SlamBall is a global game that the whole world is excited about.
Well, the fans have showed up here in Vegas, and talking to the fans, they've never seen anything like this. Because when you see the highlights, obviously it gets everybody's attention. But when you feel the energy of being here, you can bang on the glass here in the mosh pit. You can feel the hits. This is a great event to be here live and in person.
I mean, SlamBall is great on television. And live, it's just like the killer application. You know how hockey is so great live? It's just got that vibe, but it's also great on television, and that we're really excited about as Jamal Barnes loses the ball there. We're pretty much the opposite of pickleball.
I like that. We got to take time to thank the fans, too, because without the fans, this sport is nothing where it is today. Tuning in every single night, living and dying with these players, learning guys like Faisal Shafat. That is a goaltend because the shot came from outside the tramp.
That'll help his shooting percentage. That'll help.
But the fans have made SlamBall what it is today. So thank you, everyone, for watching on ESPN Plus, watching on ESPN, ESPN2, and buying tickets here in Las Vegas. Thank you so much.
And this only happened because of the fans. People started posting the Bring Back SlamBall hashtag, and it just went viral every single week. Something was doing 5, 6, 8 million views. So we knew that there was something special and a really special time for SlamBall.
Henry just missed at the rim. Moraine gets it back on the island. Under 2 minutes to play here in the regular season. Moraine just threw it up. He said, all right, coach, I'm not going to do that again.
Howard gets the 2. The Buzzsaw wins with these type of shots. They're not the shots to get the crowd going, but that's why they locked up the number 2 seed.
As we turn the page on the regular season and look towards the playoffs, what is it going to take for anyone to knock off the Mob?
It's going to be a big hill to climb. The Mob is historically dominant, and I don't want to just say they're historically dominant for SlamBall. I think they're a historically dominant team in recent team sports memory.
16-0 in the regular season for the Mob as the shot clock winds down here. Moraine avoids the defender, but he traveled with it. He was looking for something fancy.
You know, I want to shout out Rob Wilson there, our lead official, for not just letting that go. You know, this is a legitimate pro sport, and it's really important that the rules are followed in every way.
Bellamy getting up high. Maybe a preview of the slam dunk contest coming up on Tuesday night.
Yeah, I'm going to have to text him later. That was crazy.
Henry lines up a 4-point shot. 20 seconds to play here in this regular season. Bellamy, the bounce down.
Hit the 4.
Marcus is totally trolling him right now. He completely could have let that go, but he was like, I'm here. Don't forget, I'm here.
That'll do it for the regular season. The Lava win the main event. They jump from 6th to 5th place in the standings after the regular season is done. And the Buzzsaw, even with the loss, they've wrapped up the 2 seed as the playoffs will start on Tuesday night. Let's take a look at our brackets. They are now set, Mason. The playoffs start Tuesday.
Yeah, the Lava's got the Wrath and then the Mob. And the Wrath are no pushovers because of Ty McGee, the leading scorer in the league. The Lava are going to have their hands full.
On the bottom half of the bracket, it is Slashers and Griffins. The winner of that game will take on Buzzsaw Thursday night in the semifinals. Let's wrap up the regular season. Jihad Shockley is standing by with our guy Inches.
Jihad Shockley, man. Outstanding game, man. Tell us everybody about your name, man. What does it mean?
Jihad stands for holy war, and just to fight within, and just keep fighting and get what you want out of life, you know what I mean? And fight for what you believe in, so that's it.
You guys fought for it, and you guys in the seed.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Yep.
So what's going on with the next thing for you guys?
Oh, the playoffs. We're going to get in there, and we're going to make a run, do what we do. We started out a little rough, but we coming to win it all, so that's what's going to happen.
So your plans to knock off the O-zones to get to this race, huh?
We got to do what we got to do. You feel me? It is what it is. Whoever in front of us get knocked out. Let's go.
Shockley, good job, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Inches, good stuff. Let's take one last look at the standings to see how they finished here in the regular season. Remember, just the top 6 teams make the playoffs, which means the O-Zone, the Rumble, their season over. The Mob and the Buzzsaw at the top, they both get a bye, so they don't have to play in the quarterfinals on Tuesday. But the Slashers, Wrath, Lava, Griffins, what are you most looking forward to seeing Tuesday night for the quarterfinals?
I want to see if anybody can give the Mob a real challenge in the playoffs. I expect it. I think there's going to be some real drama down the stretch, but the Mob is historically good. You have got to see this team play in person or on ESPN.
And let's not forget, as a thank you to the fans, tickets for the playoffs, just $15 here in Las Vegas. Where else can you find a deal like that this close to the Vegas Strip? Come on out to UNLV inside Cox Pavilion if you're in Vegas next week. The quarterfinals are on Tuesday. The Slam Dunk Contest to follow Tuesday night. And the semifinals and finals will be Thursday night in prime time on ESPN. For my partner, the man who created this all, the creator and CEO, he is Mason Gordon. I'm John Strippen saying so long. Thank you. Thank you, the fans, for making SlamBall what it is. Good night for the regular season. We will see you on Tuesday night.